No killing, no stealing, no drugs that clothe one's senses, no sexual activities and contacts, no lies, no jewelry and cosmetics, no material luxury, no worldly pleasures, no eating separate from the order, no accumulation of property and money. Among these basic rules that must be followed in order to enter the Shaolin Temple Europe Monastery, which one will be the one that I punctually break day after day without being able to change stably and permanently? I am an ordinary person who chose to set out along the Shaolin path alone and by myself, starting this journey just thanks to the video shared on the Xianji online webpage. At that time, it was more a necessity of my body than a rational decision. I was sitting many hours per day and I was beginning to suffer from chronic back pain. I felt a lack movement, so I tested various techniques, but they lasted only a few weeks, never fully convincing me or simply not fitting my, shall we say, character. Then one day, it was exactly the 4th of December 2022, a YouTube algorithm decided to show me this performance by Shifu Shienji, director of the Shaolin Temple Europe. And from there, I came to discover that there was something magical called Qigong. Not simple gymnastics, not a solution to a single problem, not a fashionable phenomenon without scientific evidence. But I repeat, far from scientific criteria, something truly magical as life. Almost 1 year later, I find myself fully engaged in the study of this mastery and its background. I began by scrupulously adhering to the master's advice, without watching further videos or going in search of any theory behind, concentrating only on the repetitive practice of the same postures. During the first weeks, I felt pain all over, but I accepted it as an healthy burn, and thanks to the instruction, I did not give up, and with full confidence, I went forward. Even now, I still find the practice physically demanding. However, it is a commitment combined with the pleasure of the challenge, the continuous learning, the meaning that is revealed, and also its silence. This grounding of the practice in my daily life has seen me spontaneously make some important decisions to harmonize the context and facilitate the journey. I eliminated everything superfluous, but let's say it was a very minimal effort for me because I was practically already applying most of the rules in my daily life, or let's say I was well on my way. To give a simple example, it was already 14 years that I hadn't touched pork anymore, 8 that I didn't even touch beef. And in recent years, I only eat chicken when it was left over from my children's plates. So for me, giving up eating animal meat means only the last step in a long journey taken independently. So far, everything seems to be going well for me, but actually, I come up against an unbreakable wall made of sugar. No one tells me not to eat sweets anymore, but I am the one who feels this need because it is the last addiction of which I am aware that I have left. To be precise, it has been 41 years that, as a good Italian girl, I have been eating cookies for breakfast, and 20 years that, as a good glutton, I have also been eating cookies for dessert, snacks, after dinner. And the more I think I want to stop, the more I abuse them and so on. I am within a repetitive cycle. Sometimes I could stop eating them just for a few days and then I start it again. They are like a drug for me. No other food interested me as much as cookies, to dip in a hot drinks, to feel comforted and restored. I think that I'm softly poisoning myself and endangering my health. This eating disorder prevents me from eating properly, from respecting the timing and content of different meals. It shows my weakness, disobedience, and an horrible indulgence that I feel come from the root of delusion. As a result, my practice is also limited, impure, and weak. I can see it in my Qigong training videos, which are like a mirror and a notebook for my self-learning. My practice is not supported by a strong mind and a healthy body. In order to progress, I have to purify myself deeply. I know this, and it angers me a lot that I cannot be strong enough to turn knowledge into practice, finally cutting ties with infantilism, attachment, and morbid pleasure. At this point, since I have decided to put my all into following this path, it doesn't matter if the doors of the Shaolin monastery ideally close for me now. I have to be patient and do the right thing. I take note that I am not yet ready, and so for consistency, I decide to stop sharing here and become silent. So far, my little experience goes. Now it's time for me again to get back on the road and learn a new lesson. I will stay out as long as it takes to prepare myself to embrace a proper balanced diet, and I will return only after I have tried my hardest. As a warrior, the goal will be to win over the sweet opponent. In any case, however it goes, I hope to be able to tell you about my adventure because I am sure there are others in the same situation as me. I always believe that if I have come this far, it is because I have been helped by those who have walked before me. So I just intend to do my part, thinking on more young people who are just about to embark. In this sense, I hope that my past videos have been useful as the memories of an older sister to give just a little bit of context to the practice. Therefore, because I have deep confidence in the teachings and I fully trust in these methods, I have to dive again into the darkness of the ocean to catch a glimpse of light. If I can, I will share this light with you. And stay sure that even if it was the last thing I do, I will keep swimming until freedom. I hope the same for you. Be good.